we have our new trucks that we've got about a week ago or so. These were both from a TV series called Outer Range. They were built to be identical, and you can see they are both very similar, but there are differences, mostly cosmetics. There's dents, especially in this one. There's dents. The hood is dented up. This whole side is kind of tore up because this truck right here was in one of the crash scenes, and so it's quite tore up. So we're gonna have to replace and fix a lot of body panels on this truck, and including the windshields on both of them. As you can see, they both have identical bullet holes in them. This one right here is a 1985 C30 with a 454 and a turbo 400 transmission, and this one is a 1988 with a 454 and a turbo 400 transmission. They're both the 3+3 package. And they're both a little bit rough looking because for the show they sprayed like some sort of aging thing on the paint to make it look old and sun faded and stuff. So our plans for this truck, the 1988 with the fuel injection and stuff, is go through, pull out a bunch of the dents, any of the dents that we can pull out, then replace anything else that needs to be replaced. New windshield, just basically get this truck fixed up. I kind of like these running boards, but they're kind of flimsy, so I don't know if I'll leave them on the truck or not. Then I'm going to be putting a gooseneck ball in the bed of this truck. That way we can haul horse trailers and stuff, kind of use the truck for what it was meant to be used for. And then this one will also be a truck that we're gonna drive around with pretty often. It has a gear vendor in it, so it kind of helps get a little bit better gas mileage. I guess as much gas mileage as you could expect from a truck like this. And then we're gonna go through the motor, get the motor work down, make sure everything's solid to make it just a daily driver and be able to go on trips and stuff. And then once everything mechanical is sound and the body work is all done, then we'll get it repainted eventually. I'll put all new seals in the windows, maybe redo some door panels and stuff like that. So the frame is super clean. It has a few little leaks. The gear vendor is leaking a little bit. There's a few tranny lines that are leaking, just some of the normal leaks for an old truck, but we're gonna slowly get this truck worked over and see what we can fix. We're gonna take it in tomorrow for the glass and stuff, and then I'm just gonna order new mirrors altogether. This side, this mirror isn't bad, it just needs a new mirror put in, but the other one's crushed, so I figured I'll just probably take them both off and then order brand new mirrors. That way they both match 100%. So the motor's pretty clean. For some reason they pulled a back spark plug off, or a spark plug wire, before we bought it. We didn't notice it when we bought it. Put it on and then the motor started popping. So we went through, we replaced all the spark plugs and everything, and then tightened down one of the rocker arms and stuff. Not perfect, but we're gonna go through the motor anyways and get it all situated. This one has fuel injection under there, so it goes and it runs pretty good. We've got a little bit of an exhaust leak that needs to be fixed eventually, but for right now it's pretty good. You can kind of see some of the original color on the inside, but other than that, these trucks were painted right before the series and they're like a brown color. Under the hoods are both pretty clean. This one's a little dusty, but other than that, they're clean old trucks. So we'll start this one up. This one is a lot louder than the other one, the 85. This one has a good exhaust and stuff on it. They've recently redone it, it looks like. So we'll go ahead and start it up. So with this one, I haven't figured out how to really get it tuned up. The fuel injection is not running super smooth, but it could be the motor. So we're gonna eventually tear it all down and redo some of it and see if we can do it. I need to add a little bit of brake fluid and probably some power steering fluid because it squeals pretty bad. But other than that, it runs fairly decent. Could use some new headlights and stuff here, just because these ones are pretty yellow. And then those lights work on it. All the lights on the truck work except for the dims are like pointed straight towards the ground almost. When you turn on the dims, you can't even see them past the hood.
Okay, so this one right here is the 1985, and this one is pretty straight on the whole body. It has some little imperfections here and there, but it's pretty straight overall. The interior of it is not near as good as this other truck. The interior on this one is quite rough, but for the most part it's solid, even though it doesn't look the best. It needs new carpet and just small things. It needs door panels and stuff. The dash could be cleaned up a little bit, but overall it's pretty solid. It's nothing too special, but it's not bad. This front seat, it's this brown leather. On the back it has a red seat, so the seats don't match in this one, but it had seat covers on it, and I don't know, we'll just leave them for now. This truck, they broke out all 4 windows in the doors, so I've got to get new glass and new seals. Basically everything for the windows and the doors need replaced, so I'll do that. And this truck is pretty clean. Like even the bed is pretty nice in this one, but this one did get used a little bit more. It has a gooseneck ball that folds down into the bed. So this truck definitely got used a little bit more than the 88. This truck also has a little bit more miles on it. This one has like 84,000 miles on it, when the 88 only had like 60 something thousand. Like Colton was saying, the toolboxes were painted to look all old and wore out. They're brand new. I've got all my parts for my K10 in here, but they're brand new toolboxes. This truck, the floodlights on the back, they don't work. They work on the 88, but on this 85 they don't work. I think they unhooked them. But if we come around here, this one's missing one of the lights up here on the front. And I'll pop the hood here for you. So this one here, it's pretty stock. It doesn't have a lot of power or nothing. It's just pretty good and reliable. We haven't had any issues with it. We drove it 4 full plus hours to get it home. And this one also, like the other one, has every factory option that they came with back in the day. This one, the AC doesn't work. It doesn't have a belt on the AC compressor, so we've got to throw a belt on that and figure that out. Hopefully that's the only issue with the AC, but it's pretty decently clean. Nothing too crazy, but just nice, stock, reliable. And the underside of this one, just like the 88, is pretty much flawless. There's not a speck of rust on either one of these trucks. This one, my plans are a little bit different from Colton's over there, just restoring it and stuff. I'm not a fan of these running boards here, so I'll probably take them off of mine. And then eventually down the road, this will probably be a family vehicle, because the only other vehicles I have are single cab trucks, and can't really fit a family in one of them very good. But I plan to hopefully down the line 4-wheel drive swap this truck, and maybe if everything works out good, I'll put a 12-valve Cummins in it. But that'll be, could be a good 10 years down the line. It'll be a while. But overall, it's a really solid truck. It doesn't have anything major wrong with it. It has a lot of little cosmetic stuff, especially the interior. But overall, it's mechanically sound and haven't had any problems with it.
Okay guys, so if you guys have any suggestions for either of these trucks or want to know anything specific, then make sure to comment on the videos. Eventually we'll probably road trip both of these trucks together. The plan would be to get them going good and then probably go clear across the country at least once with them, just for the heck of it. So if you guys want to see that, make sure to like and subscribe.